We're going to start with about 6 tablespoons or 50 grams of coriander or dhania seeds. Then we have about 1.5 tablespoon or 30 grams of cumin. These are lavang or cloves, about 15 of them. Then I'm using just half a jaiphal or a nutmeg. I have grated it on a grater. Then we're going to use about 15 of these elaichis, which I have peeled, and it looks like this. Then we're going to use some dalchini. I've used about 3 sticks of dalchini. Then about 1/4 tablespoon of peppercorns. This is the cinnamon stick or the dalchini. They're about 1 inch each. Then we have some mace or javitri, about 4. Then I'm going to use about 5 black cardammons. These are star anise, about 5, and about 10 bay leaves. Now keep a clean jar, preferably a glass jar, which should be very dry and very clean. And now all we have to do is just take a nice big pan, and we are going to dry roast all of these spices on a very, very low flame. So we start with the coriander or the dhania. Then we're going to add our cumin seeds or jeera. Next goes in our peppercorns, followed by some cardamom or elaichi. Next goes in our cloves or lavang. Then goes in our jaiphal powder. Then goes in the rest of it, that is the star anise, the mace, the cinnamon, and last but not the least, the bay leaves. Now dry roast this for about 5 minutes. You can even use a timer, but on a very, very low flame, continuously stirring and keeping an eye that none of the spices get burnt. Well, depending upon your gas flame, your pan, the heating, etc., just keep an eye. It might be less or it might be more. Once you start getting the aroma of the spices, you can turn off your gas heat, and with the residue heat of the pan, you can keep stirring till the spices are completely roasted. And you can keep them in the pan, just keeping an eye that they don't get burnt. If your pan is extremely hot, then you can transfer these contents onto a steel plate or a glass plate, and they have to completely cool down before we grind them to a very fine powder. That is very key to this recipe, because even when we are grinding it in our mixer pots, there is a little bit of heat that the mixer or the blender, it heats up the masala. That's why this masala has to be completely cool. You can keep it out for about half an hour and only then grind it to a very fine powder. Now I've got a request to show the pav bhaji powder masala too, and sambar powder masala too. So I will come up with these homemade masala recipes. If you all have any requests, please leave your comments in the comment box below. If you all have some other masalas which you all make at home and use, please show me that. Please share that with me in the comments box below. I also have uploaded a recipe for the Maharashtrian Garam Masala or Kala Masala. I will leave a link below so you can go and check out that recipe too. So now my spices are completely cooled down, and I'm transferring it into my blender pot, and we are going to grind this to a fine powder. Now you can also keep your jar in which you are going to store this. If you have a place where you get nice sunlight, you can completely dry up all these bottles, because these have to be extremely clean and dry. Then the shelf life of these masalas are longer. Even a little bit of dampness could reduce the shelf life. So now we're just going to grind it to a very fine powder, stirring in between, and see that your mixer pot doesn't get too heated up. And there it is, friends, our garam masala powder is all ready. I had got a request from a very dear viewer, Samita. Well, I hope, Samita, you like this recipe. I hope you try it out. Do let me know how you liked this recipe too. So there it is. The aroma is just phenomenal. So now I'm going to just transfer this to a nice jar in which I can store it for a long time. It can stay up to 6 months if it is stored well in a nice dark cool place. There's nothing like making all your homemade masalas at home rather than using the store-bought ones. I mean, of course, in case of emergency, you don't have a masala and you buy one, that's fine. But if you make your own masalas, it feels so good, and you know that there are no preservatives or anything put into this. So I get about a quarter kilo or 250 grams of masala by using these ingredients. So I hope you all liked this short and sweet recipe. If you all did, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. For those of you who haven't yet hit that red subscribe button that you see below this video, guys, please hit that red subscribe button and subscribe to Akshata's Recipes. Be a part of Akshata's Recipes family.